Hello? Hair loss? Balding of the edges. Okay, hold on, let me address that. Hi everyone, so I am back with another video, and in this video I am going to be dealing with hair loss, balding of the edges, how to regrow your hair, as well as how you could use herbs and oils and so forth to help you on that journey. Now this video will be a two-part, alright, because there are a lot of things I wanted to share and I didn't want it to be too lengthy. Alright, so it's going to be two-part, and I encourage you, please share this video, alright, because the information that is going to be shared is going to be very beneficial for you on your journey. Now before we begin, I want to share this. I am not a medical practitioner or a dermatologist of that sort. The information that I will share here is based upon personal research, it's based upon personal experience, and also it reflects my biblical convictions. Alright, so if you need assistance as it relates to medical issues and so forth, I recommend that you see a medical professional. I want to begin by looking at a scripture in the book of Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 2. It says here, as the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come. The curse causeless shall not come. I want to emphasize that. What does that mean? It means that when we look upon certain experiences that we may be having, we could always trace it back to a cause. When we understand the cause, then we are better able to identify the problem. And let's look at that now. Let's use this principle now as it relates to hair loss, balding of the edges and so forth. Alright? A lot of people call me and they ask, what could you recommend for balding, for hair loss and so forth? And I always ask, what caused the problem? And there's a reason for that, because when we understand what caused the problem, we can better address it. Now, and that's what I'm going to look at here. So there are two reasons why we may experience hair loss, and one could be linked to internal issues and the other external issues. So let's look at internal issues. For example, there's something called postpartum shedding. Alright, this happens usually at least 3 months after you had a baby. Alright, during pregnancy, the estrogen level rises, and so that's where we may experience thicker hair, fuller hair, the hair grows long and so forth. But after pregnancy, let's say about 3 months after you've had the baby, there's a drastic drop in the estrogen level, which results in hair loss. Alright, yes, it results in hair loss, and so you're going to find sometimes the hair going to be falling off excessively. What you will need to do is to address that internal problem. Other issues could be mineral or vitamin deficiencies, and so sometimes you may have to go and get blood work done, do your vitals and so forth, to check to see if there is any deficiency. So just applying some herbal oil in that case will not assist, and that's what I want to share. That when there is internal issues that result in you losing your hair, there's nothing that you could apply externally to address that problem immediately. Alright, you first need to deal with that internal problem. Now let's look at the external reasons, also known as traction alopecia, and what I would call abuse. I don't feel no how, because I was guilty of that. This is where you pull on your hair, you rough your hair, twist it so tight that you actually rip your hair strands out of your head. Yeah, rip it. And by doing this, you are actually damaging your hair tissues, and sometimes the damages could be long lasting. Alright, and it reminds me of a text in the book of Isaiah chapter 3, and I believe it's verses 24. Right, God was talking to his people because they were trying to, and especially he was dealing with women as well too. They were trying to follow certain practices, of those who were not worshippers of God and so forth, and wanting to have this well set hair, this neat look. And here what it says here, and instead of well set hair, baldness. You see, a lot of times we want that neat look, We want our hair to be neat, and we go through excruciating pain to accomplish this. I've heard testimonies of people who had to take Panadol and all kind of drug just to alleviate the pain that they were experiencing, just to have the neat look. Well, my dear, to accomplish this neat look will result in you becoming bald. Alright? Bald. You are ripping your hair off your head. Alright? And many of us may have been guilty. I know I sure have been guilty. And so I'm not just here just to say, okay, oh, that's true, but I really want you to understand why addressing the problem, the cause, is important. Now that you understand that, hey, yes, I may be guilty of doing that. Do you think that applying oil or some kind of herb to your hair will just deal with the problem? If you continue doing that, no. What you first need to do is address the cause. So the cause is that you are pulling and ripping out your hair, so you need to stop that practice. You need to try your best and stop that practice. Stop pulling your hair, stop allowing other people to pull your hair, stop ripping out your hair. Right? And once you have done that, you would have dealt with a greater portion of dealing with balding and hair loss of that nature, of that external nature. Alright, so I hope you found this interesting. Please look forward for the part 2, where I will be sharing how you could now use herbs and oils to assist you. You hear the word? To assist you on that journey of regrowing your hair, of addressing your hair loss issues. Alright?